How to evaluate agents. I know I haven't covered anything about agents lately, and I saw many YouTubers, many people who report about AI kind of saying that agents are irrelevant or that they don't really work. I'm not sure what I think about um, these comments. I think that agents are here to stay. I do agree that at the moment they don't perform well enough, and you do need to give them boundaries and constraints in order to really produce something that is production level ready. But I think they keep on evolving, and obviously the Microsoft team probably puts a lot of thought into them. And the Autogen project is a project that I personally believe in, and I see that they keep on updating it, and now they are relaunching or perhaps updating an agent evaluation parameter, or more like a developer tool to assess the utility of LLM powered applications. And we will cover this today. I covered this a few months ago, but this is an updated post, and I wanted to share it with you guys. So basically, what is an agent eval? It's a framework that consists of 3 agents that allow you to assess the performance of the agent or the LLM. So here is how it looks like. So you have the task and you have the critique agent. The critique agent you provide the task description and what does a successful execution and a failed execution look like. Then the criteria are being sent to the quantifier agent. The quantifier agent basically gives score based on each of the parameters, and then everything is moved to another agent, which is called the verifier agent. And I will show you more later on, probably even now. Let's see. Okay, let's just cover the blog post, and I will focus on anything that I find specifically relevant and skip over things that are irrelevant. So TLDR, as a developer, how can you assess the utility and effectiveness of an LLM-powered application in helping end users with their task? To shed light on the question above, they previously introduced Agent Eval, a framework to assess the multidimensional utility of any LLM-powered application crafted to assist users in specific tasks. Now, they introduce an updated version of Agent Eval that includes a verification process to estimate the robustness of the quantifier agent. More detail can be found in this paper. We won't cover this. And so previously they have this Agent Eval, which was a comprehensive framework designed to bridge the gap in assessing the utility of LLM-powered applications. It leverages recent advancements in the LLM to offer a scalable and cost-effective alternative to traditional human evaluations. The framework comprises 3 main agents: the critique agent, the first one, the quantifier agent, the second one, and the verifier agent. Now let's cover each one of them. So the critique agent primary function is to suggest a set of criteria for evaluating an application based on the task description, an example of successful and failed executions. For instance, in the context of a mass tutoring application, the critique agent might propose criteria such as efficiency, clarity, and correctness. These criteria are essential for understanding the various dimensions of the application's performance. Then the quantifier agent, basically, once the criteria are established, the quantifier agent takes over to quantify how well the application performs against each criterion. This quantification process results in a multidimensional assessment of the application utility, providing a detailed view of its strengths and weaknesses. And then the verifier agent basically ensures the criteria used to evaluate a utility are effective for the end user, that it maintains both robustness and high discriminative power. It does this through 2 main actions. So first of all, criteria stability. Ensure criteria are essential, non-redundant, and consistently measurable. Iterates over generating and quantifying criteria, eliminating redundancies and evaluating their stability, and retains only the most robust criteria. Then discriminative power. Test the system's reliability by introducing adversarial examples, noisy or comprised data. This is very important. assesses the system ability to distinguish these from standard cases, and if the system fails, it indicates the need for a better criteria to handle varied conditions effectively. Here are two use cases or two tests or empirical validations that they did. So the framework was tested on two applications, a math problem and a household task simulation. I won't cover this. Let's just show you an example of how these things look like in the implementation. So basically, Agent Eval currently has two main stages: the criteria generation and the criteria quantification. The verification is still under development. So basically, for the criteria generation, what you have to do is Agent Eval uses example execution messages chains to create a set of criteria for quantifying how well an application performed for a given task. So basically, these are the parameters. You provide the task to evaluate, additional instructions, the maximum number of rounds to run the conversation, and you can also assign a subcritic, which is basically an agent that will generate sub-criteria. As written here, the subcritic agent will break down a generated criteria into smaller criteria to be assessed. So here's an example code. So the name, math problem solving, then the description. Given any question, the system needs to solve the problem as concisely and accurately as possible. The successful response is response successful, and the failed response is response failed, and the criteria is generate criteria. Now, the example output is, first of all, we have the accuracy. So this is the description, and these are the accepted values: correct, minor errors, major errors, or incorrect. Conciseness, very concise, somewhat verbose. And relevance, highly relevant, somewhat relevant, or not relevant. Then the criteria quantification. So basically, this agent is taking these criteria and provides a score. So basically, let's see an example over here. So here's an example. The output will be a JSON object consisting of the ground truth and a dictionary mapping each criteria to its score. So estimated performance, accuracy is correct, conciseness, concise, and relevance, highly relevant. And here they are sharing what is next. So basically enabling Agent Eval in Autogen Studio. It's still not available in Autogen Studio, and fully implementing Verifier Agent in the Agent Eval framework. And one last thing that I wanted to share with you guys is I also use Claude. I don't know if I updated in the videos in the last few videos, but I changed most of the work that I'm doing is with Claude 3.5 Sonnet, and this is a very cool feature that I'm using, which is basically called artifacts. So what I did, I copied this whole article, and I asked Claude to create a visually appealing way to study the content of the blog post, and this is what it created. So it created this. So the overview: Agent Eval is a framework for assessing the multi-dimensional utility of LLM-powered applications, and then it broke down each one of these. So it wrote what does each agent do, the key features of each agent. Here's a sample evaluation results that it basically created, and some examples. So example applications. So the math problem solving is one. Another one is email writing assistant. So let's say the sample criteria would be tone appropriateness, grammar correctness, and content relevance. Or if we had a code debugger, so bug detection rate, fix accuracy, and explanation clarity. So these are the criteria that might be provided by the critic agent. Then we have the quantifier agent, which basically will give score to each one of these. And the verifier agent, which is still irrelevant, but basically will verify that all of these make sense. That's it for today, guys. I think this is very useful progress in the agent game. I think if you want to build something robust and ready for production level, you must be able to implement these evaluations. And this is a important step moving forward with regards to using agents. That's it for today. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. And until next time, keep on automating.